Well, this isn't something that I get to do a lot. We're going to sight fish for walleyes today. And, usually the challenge with walleye fishing is that they're biting during the day when you can see, the water's stained, or they roll through at low light morning and evening hours. But, there's situations, circumstances where you can catch them in the middle of the day and catch them in clear enough water where you can see them. And so we're in a lake in central North Dakota, 18-foot bays, and these fish are just rolling through here. We can see the bottom, but what we're finding is with this clear water, you can lift these fish 6, 7, 8 feet up off the bottom. You can see your jig plain as day. You can see these fish cruise in and crush that jig. Just a cool fishing experience, and talk about educational when you can watch your lure, see how the lure reacts, and then watch the fish react to the lure. Tell you what, that's just fun way to catch a fish, and it's going to teach you a lot. There we go. Oh, he hit it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna freshen up my bait because they're down there.
Got him, got him, got him. Oh, is that so cool? Oh, that is just incredible to watch. Oh, look at there. Long distance catch and release.
Nice.
Oh, that is so neat. Entertaining. Tell you what, sight fishing, anything is fun, whether it's bluegills, crappies, but walleyes, that's good stuff. My hole's all stirred up now. I can't see as good. We're in about 18 feet of water. When we drop the lure down to the bottom, we can see the lure, but we're lifting these lures up, 3, 4 feet off the bottom, which I think is pretty common. When you have clear water, you can definitely fish up higher off the bottom. These fish can see it from further away. But what's so fun about this is that, some of these fish will just come in like submarines. You just see that white on the tail, it just glows, and they're on you. You see your lure disappear before you feel the strike. But some of these fish, you can work up a long way. Some of these fish, you work them up 10 feet off the bottom before they finally hit it. But it is so cool when you can watch these fish come through.
So just with this big hole down here, you can see what those fish are doing, and you can learn from it, because they get more aggressive the further they move up towards your bait. So you want to keep working that bait up above them to make them come in and hit it.
People ask all the time, how do you find these small lakes, in North Dakota? But you look at this prairie pothole region of North Dakota, there's all kinds of small lakes that now have great fishing just from the wet cycle we've had over the last 20 years. And a great resource is just the North Dakota Game and Fish Department. If there's a public lake or has public access, they'll put pretty good information as far as directions to the lake, where the lake's located, and stocking reports. And then, usually there's just a short description of the lake, and I tell you what, you look through some of these different counties, there's hundreds of lakes. And I tell you what, it's pretty easy. You just look at the lakes with high walleye numbers. That's something to check. Now, does that mean the fishing is necessarily going to be good? No, you can be on a lake full of fish, and sometimes the fishing isn't good. But it's fun to explore a lot of these small lakes. We don't name specific lakes that are small just because a television show could just put too much pressure on one specific lake. But what we want to do is highlight what an incredible opportunity this is, where you can just go out and do a little bit of research and a little bit of homework and just find these diamonds in the rough. And so just a tremendous opportunity that didn't exist when I was a kid, when a lot of these lakes were dry. Oh, he's on you, Scott. Oh, got him.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, yeah. That looks so cool.
That is, look at that thing swim up here. It's beautiful.
Oh, that's the prettiest sight. Look at, they're swimming to the side of the hole.
I can tell you that was really exciting, watching that fish come up and hit it.
I just love watching them fight underneath the ice. I can see them in my hole. Your line's going all the way over here.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right, back to fishing.
One thing we didn't plan on is how slippery it's going to be in here.
No.
This hub is warm.
Yeah,
it's like
very warm.
Neither of us dare to stand up.
Oh.
So this year, we don't have a lot of snow on the ice, and we don't have a lot of ice either. And this water is surprisingly clear. And it's interesting. I've never been able to, really identify 100% what factors, create some of these clear water conditions, because these lakes will vary from year to year. There's some years where, you can see down maybe 3 feet, 5 feet. Then there's other years where it just clears up where you can see down 10, 12 feet. And, anglers that pike spear, they'll tell you that. I mean, they're always asking about water clarity because it isn't the same on every lake every year. But you get these situations, these years where you don't get a lot of snow cover, and you don't get a lot of ice, and you don't get a lot of wind before the lake freezes over, where you just get that good water visibility. And, I think these sight fishing opportunities are probably more common at times than a lot of people would ever think.
Oh, look at him. He just turned on it. Oh. I'm getting too impatient. Swim up to it, it's like you gotta kind of wait for him to take it. It's like every fishing experience is a little bit different, and you learn something from each one of them. And, kind of like when you're missing those bluegills and you learn to drop that rod tip down. It's, I'm watching this walleye come up and just sniff my bait, and it'll just come up and tap it with its nose, and you're waiting for it to inhale it. Exciting is what it is. Exciting.
Oh, yes.
Look at that. That is amazing. See how he just came in there and just hit the tip of that? And that's what I was talking about, how they're just coming up and sniffing it and barely hitting it. And it's kind of neat that you can watch, down through the water and see them do that.
Ah, that's cool.
Beautiful eater.
Yep, let's keep that one and eat it. Got him. Isn't that cool? Need a net. It's like using a top water, where the easiest thing in the world is to set the hook too early. You see that fish come in and eat, and it's easy to pull it out of their mouth.
That one wasn't gonna let go, was it?
No, that's a frying pan fish. Just perfect eaters. I don't think I've ever had so much fun catching walleyes. One thing too with these swim lures, you hang horizontal, put that middle head right in that front hook, and it seems like it balances it. If you hook it on the back hook or on the side, it causes it to careen basically almost out of tune. And so you want that middle hook straight. You want it on that front hook. You can catch a lot of fish with these without bait as well. So we set up a hub, basically set up base camp and just sat in the same spot all day. And so it was a kind of a grind as far as a bite, where it took some patience, where sometimes we'd maybe go an hour without seeing fish. When you combine the fun factor, just being able to watch those fish, whenever you have this type of clear water and the fact that you can catch fish during the day, that, boy, wouldn't it be really cool to try to film a sight fishing episode? We didn't know if this would turn out or not, but definitely glad we tried it, because every time a fish hit and every time a fish was coming up that big hole, I mean, it was just cool. Oh, that was cool.
Did you see that?
I did. I did. Oh.
Nice eater. Oh, this is the most amazing fishing experience I've ever been on, just watching them come up there and crush the tikka minnow. I think we got plenty to eat over there. What do you think, Jason?
No, we got a few to eat, at least the rest of them.
Let's just let this one go. They just take off. And I never thought watching a fish swim would be so cool.
I know, I can't get enough of this. This is cool.
So one of the biggest things I learned today is, when you're fishing and looking at your electronics of XLR, you see these fish come in and then they'll just go out of the screen. you know, and then you see another fish come in, and what I learned today, it's usually not another fish, it's that same fish just circling back around to hit again. You know, there was a few of them we had to entice into biting, you know, that we worked for about 10 minutes, but you'd watch that fish come in and turn, look at the bait, swim away, turn back, come in, look at the bait. And finally, like 10 minutes later, I did something right to make that fish hit. So what I learned, you know, a lot of times you're fishing that same fish when you think it's multiple fish. And to watch all that go down and see it happen is a big learning experience in itself. Got him.
There you go.
Wow.
Need a net.
Yeah. It just swallowed it. Wow. Got him.
Oh.
Wow, that was so neat. Just to watch him come up there and just smash it like that.
That is so cool. That is so cool. You can't even see that tikka minnow. Tell you what, this is one of the coolest things I think I've ever done. Sight fishing walleyes. Tell you what, you can really appreciate walleyes as a predator when you can watch them. This is so cool.